What are we looking for? Dogs.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Bird, and we back on Bird's Eye View with it. Like always, appreciate the love and support. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. Stop what you're doing. Smash the like button. Smash the subscribe button. Hop in the comment section. Comment whatever you want. Of course, I'm dropping daily bangers day by day. You know we got news of the day coming out of Colorado. And we're going to jump right into it, dog. Of course, we back with another recap with this Colorado football program. As always, shout out Well Off Media, Reach the People Media for providing us phenomenal footage each and every day. Of course, we're getting closer and closer to our matchup this Saturday against the Texas Tech Red Raiders on the road. Of course, Texas Tech is coming in at 6-3. As you know, I will drop the keys to victory video on Friday, give you guys a more in-depth look into that Texas Tech program. Just on the outside looking in really fast. Of course, like I mentioned, they do have a couple good players on the offensive side of the football. I'm more impressed with their offense than I am with their defense, honestly. Their defense gives up a ton of points. And like I said, I'll break everything down for you guys on Friday in the Keys to Victory video, and I'll have everything, popping in, all the graphics popping in out so you can see exactly what I'm going over. But yeah, they got a really, really good running back. I'm not gonna lie, they got one of the best backs in the country. Definitely one of the best backs in the conference for sure. I believe he's already rushed over 1,000 yards already. And then they have a pretty solid wide receiver as well too, that they like to get the ball to as well. So they got a couple good guys on the offensive side of the football that could definitely make plays and make this game difficult if we allow them to do what they like to do. But I'm looking forward to, like I said, to this matchup. Of course, they're coming in at 6-3, 4-2 in the conference, so this is a huge game for them as well too. And they're a formidable opponent. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like they're trash. I mean, they're bowl eligible for a reason. They do some things well, but in my opinion, I still feel like we're the better team, and we play a really, really dominant style of football on the road. So it's definitely gonna be fun seeing our guys compete and get the job done. Now, obviously, we're currently ranked 21st right now in the AP poll. As we all know, the first initial college football playoff rankings will come out tonight. It'll be 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So I'm interested to see where we fall in the college football playoff rankings. Of course, those are the most important rankings at the end of the day. Now, the committee, they're going to choose the best 12 teams regardless when it comes to the end. So the rankings are just kind of the rankings, and they're kind of like a mock draft, honestly, like a rough draft, really, because like I said, the committee, they're gonna really pick and choose who they want, especially with those 8 teams, the final 8 teams. We all know the 4 conference champions will get the automatic bid, so they'll be the top 4 seeds, obviously, and then the rest of the field will be completed with the 8 that are chosen by the College Football Playoff Committee. Now, speaking in the last video, of course, I pretty much laid it out what we need to do in order for us to get to that Big 12 title game. The easiest road to that is for us to just simply win out, and we need Iowa State to either lose 1 more game, or we need BYU to lose 2 games. Now, I mentioned the likelihood of BYU losing 2 games out of their final 4 isn't likely, to be honest with you. Not saying it can't happen. Anything is possible on any given Saturday, right? But in my opinion, I feel like the more likelihood is Iowa State dropping 1 more game. They got a much tougher schedule, and we only need them to lose 1 as opposed to 2 for BYU. So looking forward to seeing how Iowa State stacks up again. They still have Kansas State on their schedule. They play K-State, I believe, the last game of the season. So it may end up coming all the way down to the end. We'll see how it goes. I believe they still got Cincinnati too, so it'll be fun. But easiest road, we just take care of business. We need to go 1-0 every week, and we'll be able to see ourselves in that Big 12 title game. And it'll likely be BYU, right? We'll likely end up having to play BYU, and we got to take care of business, right? Go 1-0 every week, and if we can take care of business, if we can get to that game and take care of business in that game, then of course we get in the playoffs. And at that point, you just want to get in, right? You just want to make the tournament. Kind of like how it is with March Madness. You just want to get in. You just want to get in. So looking forward to it, man. I'm excited. Of course, we got a day game, so excited for that. Looks like the time slot has come out for the Utah game. I will be in attendance at that matchup, so if you see me, like always, come chop it up with me. I love when you guys see me and we chop it up, y'all. I definitely appreciate everything you guys, of course, do for my channel. I tell you each and every day. So you see me, come holler at me, dog. You want to take pictures? It don't matter what it is, man. I'm open always for y'all guys, man. So yeah, it's gonna be a 10 a.m. game. Of course, that's 10 a.m. Mountain Time, so that'll be 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be 11 o'clock Central Time. It'll be an early one, right? Early one for us for sure. I'm gonna have to get up super early because I'm gonna get the campus going live. I'm gonna go live for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I likely get there. I'm gonna try to get there around like 7:30. Game's at 10. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get there like 7:30. I normally stay in Denver, which is about 40 minutes from Boulder, and I'm just gonna drive over there. So yeah, I'm gonna get there early for you guys and get some real good footage. So make sure you join the live. Make sure you tune in. We can chop it up there as well if you're not gonna be able to make the game. But yeah, it seems like, man, either we play when we at home, either we gonna play early in the morning or we're gonna play late at night. But you know, it is what it is. We got another primetime matchup again. Every one of our games have been on national television, whether it's been CBS, Fox, ESPN, and of course that game will be on Fox. Obviously, big noon kickoff will be in attendance for the matchup this Saturday. So that's going to be interesting as well too. I believe that's our second time being on big noon kickoff this season. So looking forward to the matchup. Now, when it comes to their defense, I don't want to dig too deep into everything right now because, of course, I want to bring you guys the keys to victory. But I will say one thing about their defense. They give up a ton of points. I mean, you can just look at their schedule and see, and just look at how many points the teams are scoring on them. But I mean, even when it comes to their average points per game, which I'll show you guys on Friday and break everything down. But they go up a ton of points. Obviously, it took a 1-point overtime victory for them to beat Abilene Christian, which is a FCS school. Now, granted, first games of the season are always kind of. Is always kind of all over the place, right? First game of the year, team's not really gel for real. You're not really opening up the playbook, right? So a lot of it's getting your feet wet, right? So now, granted, I mean, you're looking at a Power 4 team playing against a FCS team in Abilene Christian, who isn't like they're not North Dakota State, right? They're not South Dakota State, right? They're not a perennial power in the FCS like those type of programs. But I mean, they hung in right there with Texas Tech. It was a 52-51 ball game. Of course, Texas Tech ended up pulling that matchup out in overtime. But yeah, like I said, it took an overtime victory, and they put up 51. Now that's an Abilene Christian team that, you know, they're 6-3 right now, and they got a top 5 win in the FCS as well too. They beat Idaho. I'm sorry, not Idaho, but they beat Central Arkansas. So you know they're a pretty decent team in the FCS, but you would think it took a 1-point overtime victory to beat them, and they put up 51. I mean, if an FCS team, no knock to the FCS because there's some really, really good ball. I'm well familiar with the FCS, being my little brother playing at James Madison. I mean, I've been to the national title. We played against, of course, North Dakota State. I mean, with James Madison, we were always at the top, and I say we because I'm a forever a Duke. But yeah, with James Madison, we was always at the top of the FCS. Always. We were always top 10 in the country, right? So I know what FCS ball looks like, and I know how talented those FCS programs are. And you can see like a James Madison, a dominant FCS program, immediately make the jump into FBS, and it don't stop. I mean, they have been rolling ever since they got in the FBS, right? And they likely win the Sun Belt Conference this year. Same thing with North Dakota State. If North Dakota State would take that jump, because we struggled when my little brother was at James Madison. I mean, our Achilles heel was North Dakota State. Now, we did beat them, where we won a national title the year before he got there. We won a national title, but we also lost his sophomore year, technically his redshirt freshman year. Well, we lost to North Dakota State. That was a team led by Trey Lance, and we lost to North Dakota State in Frisco. But you know, so it's no knock to FCS football, but this Abilene Christian is not North Dakota State. They're not South Dakota State, right? They're not that. So if they can put up 50 points, right? I say all that to say this: if they can put up 50 points against this defense, I mean, I can only imagine what Shedeur Sanders and our offense led by Travis Hunter and all the explosive weapons that we have on the outside, Will Shepard, LaJohntay Wester, Jimmy Horn Jr., the list goes on and on, right? I can only imagine what we'll be able to do. Now, obviously, granted, like I said, that's the first game of the season, so you get better as the season goes, and but they still give up a ton of points. I mean, they've given up, like I said, I'm not going to dig too deep in it because I don't want to spoil what I'm going to bring on the Keys to Victory video, but yeah, they give up a ton of points, dog. And I feel like this is a game where our offense can just flat out outscore them. Like I said, they do have a couple guys on offense that can wreak havoc if you allow them to, running back and a wide receiver. But as solid as our defense has been playing pretty much all year, if we can limit them offensively, which I feel like we will do, this could be a type of game where we can kind of run away with it, honestly. Now, of course, we're gonna have to be solid on all three phases, right? Offense, defense, and special teams. We're gonna have to do that. But I like how we play on the road. I just do. I just love how we play on the road. Like we play better on the road, right? Like I said, all of our dominant performances: Colorado State, UCF, Arizona. I mean, they've all been on the road, right? So, looking forward to seeing how we come into Texas, and I know it's gonna be a hostile environment. Now, I will say, it's a good thing that we're going to Jones AT&T Stadium during the day, because they be rocking in Lubbock at night. I ain't gonna lie to you, they be rocking out there at night. Somewhat similar to Nebraska. I ain't gonna say it's quite like Nebraska. Nebraska was crazy, right? Nebraska at night was crazy, but Texas Tech can kind of get rowdy like that a little bit too at night. But we got a day game, so that's a blessing there. Of course, we do have some similar opponents. They've played some of the same teams that we played as well this season. Looks like they've played Cincinnati, they've played Arizona, they've also played Baylor as well too. So we do have 3 common opponents this season, and I'll dive into that as well too on that Keys to Victory video on Friday. And of course, I'm gonna bring you guys, some of the highlights of other guys, like I always do. Y'all know how it goes. But yeah, so with the college football playoff rankings, just curious to see where we are. Of course, like I said, we're 21st right now in the AP poll. Just curious to see where we are on the college football playoff rankings. At the end of the day, those rankings really don't mean anything towards us because we control our own destiny, and that's the great thing about this football program and where we stand at right now. We are in November, and we literally control our own destiny to the college football playoffs. We can't ask for anything more than that, right? This is a team where everybody in the national media was saying 4 or 5 games. Be lucky if they get the 6 wins and be bowl eligible. Like, that was everyone's ceiling for us. Just get the 6 wins. That's all just get the 6 wins. Now it's like, no, we legit control our own destiny to the point where, like, we can honestly be in the playoffs. And that's not, oh, you're a crazy fan or this, that, and the third. That's nonsense. Something that's far-fetched. Like, it's really obtainable, right? You think about it. We are 5 wins away from the college football playoffs. 5 wins away, dog. And of course, we got to go 1-0 every week. Can't look ahead, but just thinking about it, right? 5 wins away from a college football playoff. That's incredible. That's kudos to Coach Prime, the coaching staff, the trainers, the players, right? Going out there week in and week out, blocking out all the noise, being able to bounce back off of losses. Of course, we took a tough loss on the road, got blanked by, of course, Nebraska, and we got so much hate, granted, right, coming from that loss, and then losing to K-State. Won't too much hate coming from that, right? Because, I mean, K-State was seen as at that time, was seen as one of, if not the best team in the Big 12, and obviously we lost Trav and Jimmy Horn for the second half of that matchup, and we were up with 2 minutes left in that game and should have closed that game out and won. But, this football team is battle-tested, and that's what I like. I like about this team, man. This team is battle-tested, dog, and they don't quit. We rally behind our head coach, and we got the makeup of our head coach, right? And, I mean, this defense wants to play for our defensive coordinator, Coach Livingston, and that's what you need, right? You need, when it comes to having a great coaching staff, yeah, you need guys that have been around, guys that understand the game, guys that know how to make connections with their players, but you also want to have guys that the players actually really, really strongly connect with, because then you're going to play your ass off for them, right? And you can tell this defense loves Coach Livingston. Like, this defense has completely bought in to his principles, and they play for him, dog. They fly around the field like they want to make plays for Coach Livingston. Same thing on the offensive side of the ball with Coach Sherman. I mean, same thing with the offensive line when you look at Coach Lodeholt. I mean, these guys want to play for their position coaches. They enjoy being led by these men. And that really makes a difference, dog. It really, really makes a difference. On top of having supreme talent, because we got that. We got some of the best athletes in the country. I don't think no one's taking that away from us now. We got the best quarterback in the nation. We got the best overall player in the country. I mean, there's not a lot of teams that have that, right? So we're grateful for the talent that we have. But we're also grateful for this coaching staff as well too. Coach Mo has our guys strong. He's keeping our guys healthy. I mean, it's just kudos to everyone that's involved with this Colorado football program. And of course, we take care of business this week against Texas Tech. It's gonna be a fun rest of the season. I feel like, man, it's gonna be a fun rest of the season for sure. We come right back home against a Utah team that's been struggling, right? They're one of the bottom teams at the conference. So, and then of course I believe we have Kansas in Arrowhead because they're playing at Arrowhead Stadium this season, and then we wrap it up Senior Day at home against Oklahoma State. So we pretty much finish up with the 3 bottom teams in the conference. So Texas Tech is pretty much the best team that we have left on our regular season schedule. But like I said, you can't take anyone lightly because upsets can happen at any given time. As you see, Houston beats K-State, right? Texas Tech beats Iowa State. There's upsets all over the country. Louisville beat Clemson, right? I mean, so it's any given week, right? Any given Saturday, all right? So, but yeah, looking forward to it. Of course, I'm gonna bring you guys some updates as well too when it comes to the recruiting aspect as well. I'm gonna drop a video tomorrow. Tomorrow's what, Wednesday? Yeah, I'm gonna drop a video tomorrow. We got a receiver that got us in his top 5. I ain't gonna spoil it now. Some of you probably already know, but yeah, I'm gonna bring you guys that tomorrow as well too. We're also in a top 12 with another wide receiver. We'll see what happens there. He's about to take a couple visits though. He's about to take a couple in-state visits here soon. So we're gonna have to really battle it out with South Carolina and with Clemson for that second young man that has us in his top 12. We'll see how that transpires. But yeah, I'm gonna bring you guys a recruiting update as well too. I got some news about Juju. Got some news about Carter Smith as well too. So yeah, I'll make sure I bring you guys that tomorrow, and then I'm gonna also work on that Keys to Victory video for you guys so I can have that for you on Friday. And again, I will be live on next Saturday, so make sure you join the live next Saturday if you won't be in attendance for the game. I know a few of you have been in the comment section saying that you will be at the game, so that's perfect. If you are at the game, make sure you come holler at me, dog. I'll be around. I ain't, like Coach Prime said, I ain't hard to find either, dog. I'm 6'5" with dreads, bro, and a full beard. You can't miss me, dog. So, and I'm gonna have bird's eye view gear on too as well. So yeah, you see me, come chop it up with me, man. Looking forward to seeing you guys at that Utah game, and I'm looking forward to seeing our Colorado Buffaloes take care of business in Lubbock, Texas this Saturday. But not gonna keep you long. Just want to bring you guys another phenomenal update. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. You know what time it is, dog. Bird's eye view, man.